Hi, my name's Christina, and this is my partner Noah, and our beautiful baby boy Kobe. We were very fortunate to be a part of the pilot study for the Calmbirth course through Auckland Hospital. Would we recommend it to anyone else? Absolutely. It's been amazing for us. With myself, I have quite a few pre-existing health issues, so I already have high blood pressure, anxiety. In the past, I've had depression as well. I've been to counselling for that. I'm overweight. I have polycystic ovaries, and the list goes on. Bad kidneys, and so after being told that I'd never be able to have children, then becoming pregnant again, having all these risks, just built up a whole mountain of anxiety for myself and also for Noah. And this Calmbirth course has helped us by providing us with research-based evidence and relaxations and a mindset that shifts you from just focusing on the negatives to actually seeing the positives and kind of like going with the flow and accepting that your body is going through this process. You're building a relationship with your baby as well. It's helped a lot in that regard. When I think about the changes that have been a direct result of this course for myself, it's been removing the preconceived ideas of pregnancy. It's seen quite often on TVs and the movies, or you hear it through those really negative stories that are just natural to share as mothers, like birth stories. And I just had this fear of tearing, giving birth vaginally or having a C-section and having an epic infection, horrific cramps, nausea, and the list goes on. So probably within the first, 30 minutes of the course, those preconceived ideas were addressed, and I was able to remove them from my mindset and through to a more positive way of thinking, which was actually it's a beautiful process, and I'm growing a little human inside me. So it helped in that regard. Another way it actually helped outside of birth was with my sleep apnea. So I have a CPAP machine, and I'm claustrophobic, so I hate having any hot air or anything kind of covering my face. And the relaxations that were provided through the course and the calms of everything actually helped me use my mask, stay calm, and I went from using it maybe 1 to 2 hours a night to a full 6 to 8 hours, which was really great for baby too, because you need rest, grow your little baby, and so it helped in that way for myself. When it comes to the actual birth process, I was induced on a Monday and gave birth on Wednesday through an emergency C-section. This course has been extremely helpful. The relaxations that were not only provided for myself but also for Noah too, and massage techniques that were beneficial for myself and for Noah. But the way the course included partners, it really helped having him support me. And so I would practice relaxations probably 6 weeks prior to giving birth. I'd do it every night and I'd actually fall asleep listening to them and practicing them. And as soon as I went in for my induction, I had 2 cannulas, those injections here. Both of them worked, and they were painful. So I practiced the relaxation. They helped me breathe through the pain, move through it, and it felt like it was over and done with within a few seconds. And then I had another one put in over here, and that was fine. When it comes to the contractions, I actually didn't know I was having contractions, and it was because I was just so used to breathing through any discomfort. I, prior to giving birth, actually asked Noah not to refer to anything as pain, but more just as a discomfort, because pain can be associated with a myriad of negative things, and I didn't want to associate it with that. And then why I didn't want to associate anything with pain was that Through the course, you learn about adrenaline and how that can actually affect the labour process, and all the chemicals that are in hormones and how they work. And I knew that pain would trigger adrenaline for me and would make everything a lot tighter, and the birthing process, I guess, in general, more painful. One thing that I found particularly really helpful too was also learning about how the uterus works and the different muscular structure within the uterus, and how you have the band of muscles and the ones going this way. And for myself, I'm very logic driven. It helped me to visualize those things. And when I was practicing the working breath and the relaxations, and I could actually picture that, and it helped me relax and work through the contractions without having too much discomfort. When I moved into the labour suite, I was offered an epidural, which I'd opted in for, and the anesthesiologist talked about how it was very important to stay still, that unfortunately if you move, they'll have to redo it again. Luckily for me, it was all done and dusted in just one go, and I truly believe it was because we had the relaxations playing. Noah was talking me through it as well. I was practicing the breathing, and that helped me regulate, stay still. And yeah, the anesthesiologist got the epidural and was like, wow, you did a great job. And I actually felt confident enough to do it too, knowing that Noah couldn't be right next to me for like hygiene reasons. No one was allowed near. So it was nice to have Noah play the relaxations, talk me through it from a distance, and to feel safe enough in myself to do that for not only me, but for Kobe. So that was fantastic. And then when I went into theatre for the emergency C-section, Noah played the relaxations for me. I practiced the working breath again, even though I couldn't feel anything. I did get the extreme jittery shakes from the epidural, so I had to be strapped down. And I remember thinking I was going to bite my tongue off, and then thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to gag. And slight panic set in, but then with the relaxations, that working breath again, it calmed me. And every now and then I'd feel the chattering of teeth and everything stop, and then it would start again, practice the breathing again, visualizations. I'd remain calm. And then I just remember coming to and hearing Kobe kind of cry once, zoning out, then hearing Noah, the anesthesiologist, say that Noah could go meet Kobe. And then I came to, and I remember hearing both the anesthesiologists saying, basically she had the recording playing, he put his phone on and she fell asleep. And I fell asleep during the C-section. I was that relaxed, even though my body was, shaking as a reaction to the drugs I had. So hearing that, I was like super proud of myself. And when I think back to my thoughts prior to this course with the C-section, because I have an apron belly, that fear of having an epic infection, when it came to the actual time to sign off the papers for a C-section, I was calm and just like, okay, roll with the punches. This is how it's going to work. It was such a calm process. And the cool thing is, the staff from WOW, the Women's Assessment Unit, through to the actual labour and birthing suite, nearly all of them commented on how calm I was. And I actually had my Calmbirth book out, and one of the nurses was like, the midwives were like, oh, can I have a look at that? And wow, that's pretty cool. So yeah, it was absolutely amazing for me. And I highly recommend it to anybody, everybody. Actually, every mother should have the opportunity to do this course, regardless of whether it's through Auckland Hospital or not. The downside is how much it costs if you want to complete it outside of the hospital. We're very lucky to have this course provided for free. Not only was the price a deterrent, but also the time commitment for the course. I had a preconceived idea that all birthing courses were really airy-fairy and breathe in, be one with nature, those preconceived ideas. but just after the basic meeting with Deb, introductions with the group, who we did ours via Zoom, it already felt different, and we were very much involved throughout the entire course. So we did 2 6-hour days, which is like, wow, that's a long time. But never once were we left to sit there thinking, oh, let's put the TV on in the background and watch that. We were so engaged, and Deb kept us all involved. And yeah, that was brilliant. So if anyone is worried about the time commitments, it's well worth it. Even if you could say to them, hey, someone has done it in the past, they had a C-section and fell asleep during it. That's how calm they were. Or, the needles left, right and centre, but they just breezed through them. When I was having the prostaglandin gel put in, the midwife mentioned, like, wow, you did an amazing job. You just breathe through it. Usually I have women who, crawl halfway up the wall because they're in pain just from her trying to put the gel in. And for me, I was like, that just, okay, that's cool. But it wasn't because there was no discomfort or no pain. It was actually because I was just breathing through it and doing that working breath, and that really helped. So with all that in mind, I'd highly recommend this course. I'd highly recommend you recommend this to your mothers. The least that could happen is that they say, no, I'm not interested. The best thing that can happen is that they say, yeah, I'm interested, and they go for it, especially through the hospital where it's free, because it's just an amazing opportunity. Seeing the price and thinking, it's just for rich people, we don't get a chance. Having the opportunity to have this course for free was just absolutely life-saving and amazing. So I highly recommend it, and recommend you recommend it to everyone else. Not just mums, but dads as well. But yeah, I'll pass over to Noah now. We'll just move on what I've said.
Thanks. So I totally, I've been hearing what's happening. Yes, as a dad, I do recommend that fathers do jump on board with this course, as it really helped me as a father, and what my role is in this partnership of giving birth, and it really helped with, as Christine has expressed, with the breathing and with everything. I mean, you can use the breathing everyday life pretty much, activities, and while we're sleeping. Yes, I do recommend it. Jump on board. One thing I will. Oh, bless you, son. One thing I would add, sorry, to this vlog is my role going through the C-section. For me, it was really daunting, and our kind of worst case scenario, as we looked into it previously, going into it. The breathing helped immensely, and having one of the recordings on while in the theatre, it was, to me, kind of everything went fast, but then the doctors were amazed that we had a recording, to listen to, and they've never had that before. And
it wasn't music.
Yeah, it wasn't music. It was just my calm breathing. And I liked Debbie's voice, really calming, and really helped that C-section. I mean, I think if it wasn't for Debbie's course, I don't think Christine would be here, to be honest, because that whole breathing really helped to pull through, and Kobe. So, yeah.
And just quickly going back to the C-section, I think because I won't accept a blood transfusion, and there was the risk of me losing my life if I lost the blood, which can happen during childbirth. I do believe the fact that I was so relaxed, so calm, and possibly that I fell asleep, I didn't lose as much blood as if, whereas if I was really panicked and had the shakes and had that fear, it may have, spiked the adrenaline, blood pressure up high, and there's a whole lot of blood loss, tense muscles, unable to regulate the size of the uterus, or, all the workings in there. So I definitely agree with Noah and believe that, Calmbirth was life-saving.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then we have Cody.
We've got a beautiful baby boy.
Yeah. So full of energy.
Yeah.
Sneezed as soon as he was out. Sneezed twice. Quite a character.
And I'm just going back. I'd gone through my, my plan of A or B and C if Christina needed a blood transfusion or anything would happen during labour. It was always daunting on me. So, this course really helped. I can't express the gratitude that I have for Debbie and how she facilitated this wonderful course. And totally recommend it for new fathers. And by the way, this is my 6th child.
My first.
Yeah. So, and every birth is brand new. You don't expect anything really until you get there, and you just go with it. And I think the breathing just really helped us going with whatever the doctors were recommending. So it was touch and go. But yeah, we came out of it happy and with our baby boy.
And also, if you have any mums or dads who don't think they are fit for this course or anything like that, Deb actually she'll touch base with all the participants prior to the course, and she touched base with me and just unpacked a few of my pre-existing health issues and helped me think, okay, cool, this is good, and she helped kind of ease some of the anxieties already prior to going to the course, even though we'd already enrolled and been successful and accepted. So, yeah, Deb's an amazing lady. Yeah, but highly recommend it.
Yeah, I think.
That's
Thank you, Debs.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I actually think because of Calmbirth, I made it to 39 weeks. We didn't think I'd hit 39 with everything that I have. So, yeah.
We went against all the odds.
Yeah, definitely.
We were told so many things. And we had a normal birth, pretty much. Besides the C-section, it was all hunky-dory, easy, kind of Japanesey, eh?
I ended up getting gestational diabetes, but yeah, that didn't really throw a spanner in the works or anything. I just remained calm and kept talking to Cody.
One thing I would add is you have to really want to do the breathing techniques. You have to commit to it. If you don't have the mindset to commit to it, it won't work. So having that, Christina was just set in her mind to do it every night, and she did it. And eventually got to a stage where she'll turn the recording on. After 10 seconds, she was
fast asleep.
So, yeah. Thank you, Debbie.
Yeah, thank you. And this is Kobe saying goodbye. He's saying goodbye to everybody.
He's hungry.
Again. So thank you.